Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is January 12, 2022, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, oil rallies higher. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But first, looking at the major economic events of the day coming out in the United States. At 3:30 South African time out of the U.S., we have a monthly CPI number. Remember, this is really an important number because it does show us how far the inflation is happening month to month. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the euro is on the top of the range. The question is, will it rally higher? Okay, will it break that resistance? Looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both rallied back. And at oil, which had a beautiful rally yesterday, and gold still steady. Looking at the stocks, tech stocks bounce back further. And lastly, Bitcoin has a bottom, at least for now. We're going to take a look at that as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at a daily chart. This is really important, of the Euro USD. And we've been in this really ridiculously tight range over the past couple of weeks. So I would say even further. I would say since November, end of November, we've been between 113.60 and 112.12, which is 140 pip range, okay, almost impossible to trade. Now, we're at that top of the range. We are selling off just mildly right now. But keep in mind that lots of things happen in these type of scenarios, okay? We are at the top of the range. Does look like a wedge formation is setting up. So just keep this in mind, okay? I'm not saying it's going to go higher. It's not going to go lower. But just keep this on the radar, because if it does break 113.70-ish level and continues with some momentum, we could take out 114, okay? But if it doesn't and falters, we'll back in the 113.10-ish level, which is not a big deal, okay? It's not, it's not going down to 106, 105 just yet. But these are the type of scenarios you want to be trading and looking at the market as it's unfolding. Now, looking at the Gbp Usd, did take a little bit of a breather here from its nice rally, which has been rallying quite nicely since the middle of December. Okay, now 136.62, it is still at resistance-ish area, so just be aware of it. Now, looking at commodities, gold. Okay, first looking at gold, 1816, just steady, not much doing it. I'd rather focus on other things. Let's look at what we're focusing on. Oil, 81.47, did rally the U.S. markets back. Okay, when the oil rallies, the Dow Jones rallies, so that's really important. Now, keep in mind, our high for the year is 85.25, so that could still be met if this continues this type of momentum on the upside. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, especially the Dow Jones, we did rally back from our losses that we had earlier in the week from 35,500 up to 36,137, and just really steady. I mean, we're about 500-600 points from our all-time highs. If we look at the banks, they're still very strong. Okay, let's look at that. JP Morgan still showing some strength, 167. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, did rally back as well. And that really reflects on the tech stocks that rallied back. Namely, let's look at Apple. Apple took a little bit of a nice little rally here, breaking that 2 moving averages. Let's look at a daily, still above that moving average of the 30-day moving average. That's very important, okay? We breached it and we came out above it. Now, I'd like to see an extension to that later today. Looking at Microsoft also, but dead. This is very disconcerting. Okay, I would have expected Microsoft to be somewhere in the 322-ish area. So we're seeing some mixed signals when it comes to the stocks. Okay, so with that said, just be aware that we're still not out of the woods yet. This may just be a nice little bounce before we go further down, which may be the case. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, looking at some of the other symbols, specifically Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin had that nice soft landing at 41K. We're right now at 42,800-ish level. Okay, so we are gaining back some real estate, but that's normal. Okay, I mean, just remember, we are in that Fibonacci retracement support level at 61.8%. So that's a really important level. So for now, we have a bottom. Okay, does that mean we're going back to 62,000? Not necessarily, maybe not tomorrow, but keep that in mind. Okay, this is still unfolding as this is still taking place. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.